Akim.
Shalom.
And we would like to start off by giving our honor and glory to
Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai by Hashem Kakadash.
Number honor to our elder apostles, elder bishops, great minister who rule well, peace and blessings, as well as health and wellness to the house of David the elect. All right, today we're going to a topic entitled "This Kingdom is Demonic." All right, this kingdom is demonic. All right, I was listening to elder apostle Ramla. All right, talk about Esau's demonic Popeye's chicken. You know, I remember he mentioned that, and I was thinking like everything in his existence, everything that Esau creates and gives back to you is demonic, man. And one thing I noticed about the nature of something that's demonic, all right, is that it depletes you of life. All right. As a matter of fact, there's a contrast between what the Most High creates and what Satan creates. And Esau Edom is the spirit of the physical coordination of Satan.
Yep.
All right. So let me get that contrast right quick, man. All right. It says, Sirach 33 and 14. Good is set against evil and life against death. So is the godly against the sinner and the sinner against the godly. So look upon all the works of the Most High, and there are two and two, one against another. All right. And the two and two, the one against another. All right. So like I'm kind of sniffing stuff. All right. Is what the Most High created. What these cars pass by. What the Most High created. All right, versus what Esau Edom created, man. All right, because Esau Edom, he sits in the temple of the Most High, showing himself that he is the Most High. And one of the ways that manifests that now he creates. He wants to forge another reality, forge another existence, man. Mm-hmm. But it's an artificial, synthetic existence that engenders death. And one thing I noticed about Esau's creation is that it engenders death and it depletes you. All right? But it feels good instantly, and that's how he based in humans. Yep. All right, going back to the fast food. All right, fast food is demonically good. Like you're talking about a certain type of chicken at the gas station. That shit is good, right? But then, you know, you have a messed up bowel movement or now you feel drained. It's demonic.
Yeah. Another thing, too, like, you know, according to the scriptures, you know, men can have, you know, multiple wives. You know, it's lawful. The Lord said we should be fruitful and multiply. But what Esau Edom does, he gives you porn. Yep. So pretty much you got access to all these different women at the same time, but it's fake. It's you know, a false reality.
And it's demonically satisfying. But what happens when you get done watching it? You're drained. Yep. You're tired. You lack motivation. He robbed you of life.
Yep.
All right. It's the same thing.
That shit destroys your libido too.
It'll by the time you're in your 20s, you got erectile dysfunction. You've been watching it. She was 12, 13, 14. By the time you're in the 20s, you can't put a Jimmy on, man. All right, and keep and stay up, man. All right, because that's the nature of Esau Edom. It has instant gratification, but it yields long-term death, long-term consequences, man. But everything about Esau, you brought out a beautiful point. Everything that Esau Edom creates, it's demonic because it instantly feels good, but then it's the same outcome. You're depleted of life. Like Esau's processed food, all right? It's convenient, and that convenience is wicked in itself, that convenience, because you pull through a drive-through and eating a burger, all right? It's already made, all right? The process is already completed, and you're used to that, but now you're tired. You know what? You're not supposed to get full and then you get tired.
Yep.
Because it's demonic. Same thing with porn. You watching that all day, but now your spirit is negative. You feel negative. You feel dull. All right.
And you know it gotta be demons on that shit too, because you know brothers have had certain encounters with these spirits where like you would have a damn dream and like the demon is trying to like force you to watch this shit, or like you know like a laptop opening up, like you seeing some shit, like
yep.
You know.
And then you develop a tolerance for it, so you can't watch the same level. You gotta watch more and more extreme stuff to get some type of satisfaction.
Yep.
That insidious nature, which is demonic.
If I can say something, Zaquan,
yep.
Because although like you know brothers in the truth are balanced, and brothers have watched that stuff, but the difference is like the Lord has kept brothers. Yep. Like the Lord keeps you, he protects you, but basically like you have different people, man, that they're like they heavy into you know the demonic realm on this earth, and they'll tell you like pretty much like porn is like a gateway to homosexuality, man.
Somebody told me that when I was 13, man. When I was young, like, you watched it, it'll turn into alphabet. All right, now the Most High has kept our spirits, but what happens is you start watching the regular stuff, right? Then you keep pushing thresholds, you keep reaching new thresholds, and them demons start fucking with you.
Yep.
There's a whole wave of men who basically watch they watch Boppy Boys, man.
Yeah.
There's a whole wave of men who started out watching regular stuff when there was 10, 11, 12, 13, none in the 20s and 30s watching Lady Boys, man.
Yeah, and this shit's scary because you had this one guy, what's his name, KJ, the scariest movie ever, channel on YouTube. Basically, he had broke it down. You know, Hugh Hefner, that Edomite with the Playboy Bunny mentioned. Basically, the only way he could get up. Now he had all them different women, right? Those Playboy Bunnies. He wasn't into them. Like the only way he could get up, he had to watch gay porn to get up on them women, man.
Yeah, he was getting off. He had Viagra, and he had women masturbate him while he was watching gay porn, man. Because what happened is, you're never satisfied. You're never satisfied. See, it's one thing to have a polygamous nature. So you can say the average Israelite man had 3 wives in the homeland, 2, 3, but those were his women. But now when everything you do is an extension of porn, guess what? You're never satisfied. So you're not satisfied on porn, now you want a real woman, you get escort, but now you're getting an escort every other day. So now it's become an extension of porn. And now your money is attached to it. So now you're never satisfied.
It's like a goddamn drug.
It's a drug. It's a lust demon. It's one thing to do something because it's your nature.
Yeah.
But it's another thing to do something because it's a lust demon. And when it's a lust demon, you're never satisfied. Same thing with casual dating. If it's an extension of porn, then basically the women you get, you're never satisfied. So y'all having sex for a little window of time. Now you want a new piece of meat, a new piece of flesh. That's not our homeland.
Yep. And she the same way. Like she want different rod sizes.
Yeah, cause she might be at your spot, but she might go to another nigga spot where she leave you. Cause really, a nymphomaniac is really a woman who's addicted to sex. She really addicted to them orgasms, man. So she's never satisfied. So the nature of this demonic kingdom is that you're addicted to a moving target. You never satisfied. And when you look at people in the eye, these women who on these sites, no matter how pretty they are, they're dead inside.
They gone.
You look in their eyes, and it's like they lost.
They not there.
They're not there, bro. Hey, like it says in the scripture, I'm gonna look for it. I don't think I know it off the bat. 1 Timothy 6:8. Liveth in pleasure.
Yep.
See, this kingdom is the kingdom for your flesh, but the thing that's dead inside is your spirit. What Esau doesn't tell you, is that when you have that hyperactivity in the flesh, your spirit is in the graveyard. You see, that's why people are like lost spirits, man. The lost souls. This is the what's it called, the dawn of the dead.
Yeah.
America is the dawn of the dead. It's like Resident Evil because people are through a reprobate. The spirit is deprived. They're like a house, and the exterior is attractive, but the interior, the lights not on, the spider webs. All right, it's so many people. There's so many, especially women, because we're talking to Israelite men. You can't bring these women into your world because they got unclean spirits on them. So yeah, you might get the body, you might get the sex, but they got Satan on them, man.
If I could say something, that scripture say in Sirach, bring not every man into your house, for deceitful men have many trains, which goes into trickery. Same thing with women though. Like, you know, what you had did a lesson a while back, Zaquan, like pretty much you know, I'm trying to see how you had worded it, but basically like you have control to who has access to you.
You're the gatekeeper to your soul.
Yep.
So a lot of times things don't work out with the woman because she's a demon. And we always use that terminology, she's a demon, but these women are really haunted houses.
Yep.
They're haunted houses. All right, they're a beautiful house set upon a sewer. All right, they're hunted. So how she looks in her body is cool, but these women got unclean spirits on.
Like you said, they dead inside.
They dead, and they all got the same trait. They have no morals. They have no hedge over them. They have no restrictions.
That's some scary shit, bro.
So they're libertines, and you can do the pleasurable things, but they have no discipline. All right, they got unclean spirits on them, man, because they've been in the world too long. You know? And Jake the same way. You see Jake can be looking dead at your woman while you there, but you look in this nigga eyes, he's dead.
Yep.
He been in the internet world and he full of thirst and lust, but this nigga got Satan on him, man. 2/3 of our people that are already spiritually dead.
Yeah, they gone.
So the physical death is just the completion of it, man. But you know what that scripture is in Timothy?
I know it's in 1 Timothy, and if brother can, you know, if y'all can put it up. But I know what you're talking about though.
Yeah, I'm in 1 Timothy 6.
I know what you're talking about though. She did live in pleasure. It's crazy too, Zaquan, because you think about it. For example, you know, because we not in the world, but you know, sometimes it's okay to step out. You know, we may get a drink, and you'll step out. But basically, like people within that environment, especially the women, they're like regulars there.
Yeah.
Like you know, you may step out every now and then, be like, damn, like every time I come in here, and I don't come here much, I see the same damn woman here.
Yeah, I get embarrassed if I'm in the same spot. Like it's perceived that I don't have a life, but you know, every teacher's own.
Right.
But
Yeah.
they're dead, man. They're dead, little bar sluts. That's all they are, little bar sluts, man. But they have no life in them, man.
Nah, bro.
You know?
Brother put a 5 and 6.
The water, my brother. 1 Timothy 5 and 6, the water. But she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth. This kingdom is demonic, and the nature of something is demonic. You're hyper satisfied, you're hyper stimulated, but then you have an all-time low. But then you're addicted to that hyper stimulation, so you're just chasing that stimulation. Going back to the casual date, all right? Not you meet somebody, and you have an infatuation phase, which really that's demonic.
Yeah, it is.
Because you had the infatuation phase, but then the phase ends.
Was it honeymoon?
The honeymoon phase. All right, so when y'all FaceTiming each other, both of y'all are happy. You know, y'all looking at each other and stuff. Y'all, you licking your lips and stuff. But that phase ends.
Yep.
Because you know why? It's a form of stimulation. A new person is a new flavor, and you're stimulated. But when you're no longer stimulated, what happens? You lose interest. Now you're back to looking for new stimulation by way of meeting new people.
You gotta get a new drug.
So now that's why women ghost you, or they flake you, because they're trying to juggle you and another nigga they met. Or they got another nigga because they lost interest in you. But that's not the way of our forefathers, man. And as a man, you'll be like that. Y'all do y'all thing for a couple weeks, but now you bored, you want something new. That's not the way of our fathers.
Which I'm glad you said this, Zaquan, because Elder Yashua brought that out a while back. Amen. For you brothers, man, which it goes for all of us. Don't be hey, if it's a sincere woman, like don't treat that woman like a one night stand, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because the elder brought the scripture, you know, a man that breaketh wedlock. Because some of these women, like you know, what he was going into, you know, some of these women, you know, follow the Lord, man. You know, so you got to be careful. You know, because we ain't niggas in the world, man. That just, you know, we you know, pop the woman and leave, and you know, that's why these women all messed up.
Yeah,
a lot of them, you know.
Yeah, that's another thing too. The streets treat them like shit. We curse out niggas, but you can't move like niggas. Just be a good man with restrictions.
Right.
You know, being a good man don't mean you're a pushover. You a good man, and if she respects your, you know, expectations, then y'all good. One thing I've learned from my small experience is that the chicks that want to be with you, a lot of times the most I got the spirit of them to want to be with you because she's your help me. So you can't hit her and then duck off because really the most there was really your woman.
Yep.
No matter how long it lasts, the most I sent her to assist you, man. All right.
That's the key. The Lord put her in your life.
Yeah, the chicks that like you, a lot of times that be the one the most I put in your life, man. You know. So if she trying to, you know, be with you and you just brushing off, hey man, that could be going off.
Yep.
So, because the Most High said He'll give every needful thing in due season. So the women who y'all doing y'all thing, but she talking about she want to go steady, you know, a lot of times they be the Most High giving you that woman, man.
Yep.
All right. And but going back, you know, we can't act like the niggas that we cursing out.
Right.
We are good men. There's nothing wrong being a good man. But it's two words, you good and you a man. So as long as we shows ourselves men, all right, then you being solid, man. Like I said, we're not nice guys, we're not pushovers. You a good man. All right, yeah, the Most High was a good man to the nation. All right, the idols, they were like the niggas. And our women was, the nation was like Keisha, how she was infatuated with those degenerate guys.
With them thugs.
Them thugs. She was, we was for the streets.
Yep.
You know, but the Most High ain't no degenerate God. He's a good man. Meaning he'll take care of you as long as you submit to him. As long as you obey his laws, man. Same thing.
Them house rules.
House rules. We got kicked out the house because we didn't follow the house rules. Infatuated with them streets. But going back, man, to the topic, this kingdom is the money. Because you'll live a life of eating processed food. All right, and I do this lesson because through the spirit, you'll follow the laws, but you'll do it in context of Babylon. So you'll not eat pork, but you pulling up at Burger King every day or McDonald's, man. That shit is the money. You know, you won't commit adultery, but it's more to life than watching porn, man. All right. Well, what's another one, man?
Or is it basically like you won't commit adultery, but pretty much like chasing, like that thirst demon, like
thirst demon, man.
Yeah.
A life of debauchery, man. That's not the way of the Hebrews.
Just always out, like
Yeah.
Jesus. You always on the scene and shit.
Yeah, man. What we learning in this truth, man, we learning how to live. You know, our culture engenders life. It produces life, man. You know?
Like I said, processed food, and cause you had brought it out a while back. I was meditating on it too. Kind of like, man, like pretty much these foods, what the apostles call like Franken foods, they pretty much made in laboratory. Yep. What they got it, but it's like pleasure with no purpose because it doesn't put the minerals in your body. You know, like, it just shock your dopamine system.
It's porn.
Yep.
It's porn. You got the pleasure, but you're not fulfilled. You know, it's like the casual day. Y'all fucking, but y'all don't love each other. Y'all not bonding. Y'all not building nothing. All right, same thing, man. All right, it's empty. It's empty substances, man. All right, it's fake.
It's fake.
Even brothers, you gotta be careful once you go plant-based, because Esau is up on everybody going vegan, but then he'll turn around and make fake meat full of chemicals. Beyond Meat, Impossible Meat, it tricks your brain into think you eating real meat. So you think you're doing good, like I'm not eating real meat, but it tastes just as good, but you still putting poison into your body.
Mm-hmm.
All right? The Most High created life from earth, man. You'd be better off eating a grass-fed burger if you're gonna eat a fake meat, impossible meat, man. All right? But if you compare the camera on those plants, green is life, man. So for brothers who do choose to be more of a plant-based diet, make sure it's just that, it's plant-based and not that fake shit, man. Not that fake shit. Because the enemy isn't meat, it's processed food.
Right.
But once you you're in the spirit, you want to go the spiritual path, you want to go plant-based, don't start eating that processed bullshit. Get you a juicer, get you a blender, and start putting the Most High's earth into your blender, man.
Right.
Into your smoothies, man. All right? That's your way of putting those roots in your body. All right? Because most of us are not going to eat roots raw. We don't eat carrots raw. We don't eat beets raw. So we put it into our smoothies, man. So once you on these plant-based diet, or not going to say diet, but once you going more plant-based, all right, make sure you putting the earth back into your body, not that processed Franken bullshit, man.
Yep. Another point you brought out through the spirit, basically, you know, it's good to cleave to the ways of our forefathers, man. You know, we was in the East, we had what they would call today a Mediterranean diet, which really was a lifestyle. We just lived like that, you know?
Yeah, and just the general, based on research, you know, brothers have different viewpoints.
Right.
Our main source of meat was really fish, you know, and the red meats, the beef, the bison, according to research, those more eaten on special occasions, with the exception of the noble class. But that's based on your income now, because real meat is expensive. Real beef is about $10 a pound. So if you can afford to eat it every day, you know. But if you can't, well, generally speaking, those blue zone diets, they, you know, were this reflective of the Mediterranean diet. Their main source of meat is fish.
Yeah, and they live longer though.
Yeah.
Because which I'm gonna do my own research on it, but you know, I've heard, you know, through word of mouth, that it takes your body much longer to break down that red meat.
It does, man. It does. And it's so many minerals in the red meat, but it takes your body longer to digest it. But most of those, the Mediterranean diet, it is mostly plant-based, but the food that you eat that's basically meat is fish. And then everything else is more settled. All right? But one thing you're sleeping on in America is the earth.
Yeah.
It's power in nuts. Cashews, almonds, Brazil nuts. You put that in your smoothie, man.
Them grains, them
Them
seeds.
grains, them seeds. All right, that it has those minerals. Because when you say seeds, right? Think about us. Our testicles, that's our seed. Then when you ejaculate, what happens? You tired, right?
All the minerals left.
Right. But same thing, we eat the seed of a fruit. That's like the so-called testicles. It's full of, that's where all the life is. So that puts life in you. A lot of things you think is nuts is really the seed of a fruit, man. All right, I think like cashew, that's really like it's a fruit.
Yep.
It's a seed of a fruit. All right, but it's so much power in it, man.
The avocado
Yep.
is basically a fruit,
Yep.
and it's funny because Apostle Gabari brought it out. It's pretty much shaped like a testicle, but it's full of zinc,
Yep.
and that's pretty much like when you do, ejaculate, pretty much like you release a lot of zinc, and it's so much it's so many uses that our bodies have for zinc. Whether it's our immune system, or producing a baby, or it has many uses.
And going back to avocado, if you split an avocado in half, right, there's one half that's going to be empty and the other half is going to have the seed, right? Now, which one is going to rot faster? The one that's going to rot faster is the one without the seed. The seed preserves life.
Man.
So a lot of these seeds, like sunflower seeds,
Yep.
pumpkin seeds, they preserve life, man. So when we go back to the ways of our Father, we really go back to the earth, man.
Yeah.
Of course, like I said, eat your fish or however your diet is. But one thing I noticed in Babylon, you sleep on them roots. We sleep on the roots, or you sleep on those seeds. You sleep on leafy greens. All right. A lot of times you sleep on fruit. All right. You sleep on the natural things, but those things engender life.
It's funny, bro. Like, and there's no proof of this, but I'm just thinking about this as you speaking, bro. Because the brother had, well, his name Taza Rock, but Yum, he had put up Genesis 25:27, where it says how, the boys grew. Esau, was a cunning hunter, a man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man, dwelling in tents. Now, it's not, written. Like I said, it's speculation. But our forefather Jacob, he could have possibly been more plant-based. I mean, we'll know for certain in the kingdom, but it was Esau that was out there, was hunting and gathering the meat. Not to say that Jacob didn't eat meat, he did, but probably not as much as Esau though.
Well, the rest of the world doesn't really. The rest of the world's not really into like meat like that,
Yeah.
I mean, the Esau, that's a beautiful point. Esau, like I said, we're not against meat.
Right.
Let me say that first. Because there's a scripture where it says the apostles went and got meat, But Esau was more into that, man. But when you talk about the Mediterranean diet, it's like 80% plant-based. But I'm not telling brothers to go on a plant-based diet, but I'm saying don't neglect those seeds,
Yeah.
those nuts, the fruit, the roots, man. A lot of times you sick because not only are you eating a bunch of meat, you eating processed meat. Mm-hmm. You eating the macronutrients, but you're not eating the micronutrients, man. All right? You'll be surprised how your body changes just by exercising more frequently and putting the earth back into your body, man.
It complements each other.
It complements each other, man. All right, but going back to the source of the lesson, all right, Esau's kingdom is demonic, and something that's demonic, it strips you of life. That's how you know it's demonic. If you're tired afterwards, it's demonic.
Hey, the phone chimes on that.
Yeah, that's the nature of Esau's kingdom. If you're tired and depleted and you lack motivation after you do this thing,
Yeah.
it's demonic, man.
You shouldn't feel horrible after doing this shit, bro.
Like you eat this Krispy Kreme donut, now you feel bad.
Yeah.
Or you watch whatever on the internet, now it's like, damn, what have I done to myself? All right?
Yeah. Hey, well, and going back to food, like, because what Jay called the itis, like you eat so-called, with soul food, really deaf food.
Yeah.
But, you shouldn't eat and feel tired, man.
Nah, that's not what food is life. Okay, I'm gonna get this
So,
right
like, yeah,
quick.
come on.
And something else I've been doing too. I download an app. It's a plant identifier, right? And I'm willing to start doing lessons on it. It's a plant identifier, all right? Then you look up the plant, you see if it's edible. You look up the medicinal benefits, and you look at you see what you can utilize in your backyard. Now you can take those plants, those flowers, and make teas, make poultice, all right, make tinctures right out of your backyard, man.
Come.
All right, and it's more potent fresh out of your backyard. Wisdom of Solomon 7. This is what wisdom taught King Solomon, it says the natures of living creatures and the furies of wild beasts, the violence of wind, reasonings of men, the diversities of plants. All right, because you can put those plants in your blender too. Are those daisies, those dandelion, all right, Philadelphia fleabane, all right, different things like that. Look them up yourself.
Right, right.
All right, it says the diversities of plants and the virtues of roots. So when I make, lately when I've been making smoothies, I make an effort to put maybe sunflower seed in there, but also chop up a beetroot and put it in there. Chop up.
Them beets bad, bro.
Hey, Whole Food got the diversity of those carrots.
You can't.
Like, cause beets and carrots complement each other. But like real carrots, they're like a variety of colors, man.
And carrots is good for your eyes.
Con. So I, chop up that beetroot, put a beet in there, right? Put frozen fruit. You're not just gonna still eat a beet smoothie unless you just got that strong palate. Put the frozen fruit. I put a lemon peel in there for my immune system, and vitamin C. All right, this engenders life. Then over a period of time, you start to feel good. It feels good to walk around with vitality, man. All right. So all that fast food bullshit. Every now and then you're gonna, eat your little bullshit. But this is part of your daily regimen,
But then it's crazy, like you eat the BS, now you gotta work harder.
Yep.
Like, now you gotta exercise harder. Like, let me balance this shit out,
Right. So, man, Esau's kingdom is demonic, and the nature of something that's demonic, it drains you of life. But the Most High's way, all right, it reserves life. It adds life, man. You put life in you.
Hey, a brother had said a living body needs living food.
Period. Hey, like leafy greens, that green is life. And then leafy greens have a high content of water. Now, what's the main molecule of water? Oxygen. Oxygen is life.
Yeah.
But even the fruit and the vegetation, there's all those different colors, man. All right, those vitamins, minerals, and nutrients, that's energy. Energy is life.
It's crazy because Esau then damn programmed us to drink damn soda pop all the time when really we should have been drinking water, man.
Yeah, man. Fucking, because we are water. We're mostly water, man. All right, what the hell is a soda? It's to get rid of those chemicals, man. Get rid of that processed bullshit.
Like, you just gotta imagine, like, what the hell is that doing to your brain? Like, what is that doing to your stomach?
Right. Get rid of Esau. Just how Esau has artificial intelligence, it's that artificial stimulation that fucks you up. We are addicted to artificial stimulation. And part of going back to the ways of our forefathers and get closer to Jerusalem is part of our path is detox from artificial stimulation, man.
Depart the West.
Depart from the West, man. Depart the West, man. All right? The East is the best, man.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, but I'm going to draw this to a closing, man. Hope you brothers and sisters were edified. You had any closing statements?
Nah, that's it, bro.
Hey, once again, want to give all honor and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Kakodash.
Never understar elder apostles, elder bishops, a great millstone who we well. Peace and blessings, health and wellness to the house of David the elect. Abba,
Shalom.
Shalom.